Hello everyone, I'm here to give you a simple example of the LeetCode problem, the longest consecutive sequence. And suppose we have an input array which is like this, and our job is to find the longest consecutive sequence in this array and return the length of the longest consecutive sequence, right? So in this case, we should know that the longest sequence is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the length of which is 4, right? So we should output 4 as our final result. And to solve this problem, we should use a hash site. And our first job is to traverse this array and put all these elements into the hash site, and which is like this, right? And next we should traverse again this array, this site, right? To traverse these elements one by one. And let's begin. Firstly, we should traverse the element 100, right? So currently our result is 1 because we think a single number is also a consecutive sequence and the length is 1, right? So currently for this element the length is also 1. So the next thing is to check whether we can use this element as a lower bound, right? So we should check whether 100 minus 1 is which is 99 is in this hash site. The answer is no, right? So because 99 is not in this element, in this site, we should use element 100 as our lower bound, as a starting point of a consecutive sequence, right? So if the consecutive sequence starts at 100, what is the next element? It should be 100 plus 1, which is 101, right? So is 101 in this hash site? The answer is no, right? So we use this 100 as a starting point of our sequence, and the length of the sequence should be only 1, right? So we do not need to update our result. And then we should traverse the element 4, and again we should check whether we can use 4 as a lower bound. The answer is no, right? Because 3, which is 4 minus 1, is in this hash site, so we do not need to do anything for this element. So we keep going to traverse 200, right? So again, can we use 200 as a lower bound, as 200 minus 1, which is 199, is not in this hash site, right? So we can use 200 as a starting point of our consecutive sequence, right? So our sequence starts at 200, and what is the next element? The next element is 201, but it is not in this site, right? So the sequence starting at 200 is only of length 1, right? So we do not need to update our result. So the next element to be traversed is 1, right? And currently the length of this 1 is 1, right? And we should check, can we use it as a lower bound? The answer is yes, because there is not in this hash site, right? So our consecutive sequence starts at 1, and what is the next number? 2. Is 2 in this hash site? The answer is yes. So our sequence becomes of length 2, right? So we can update our length to 2. Then is the next element 3 in this element in this hash site? The answer is yes, right? Because 3 is in this site, and we can update our length to 3. So the consecutive sequence starting at 1 has 3 elements right now. And what about the next element 4? Yes, 4 is in this site, so we can update our length to 4, right? So is 5 in this element in this site? The answer is no. So we should stop this loop, and we should update our result to 4, right? Because the longest consecutive sequence right now currently is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Which starts at 1, which starts at 1. and then we should traverse the next element, which is 3, right? So can we use 3 as a lower bound? The answer is no, because 2 is already in this hash site, so we skip. We keep going. Here, can we use 2 as a lower bound? The answer is also no, because 1 is already in this site, so we skip. We keep going, and now we have traversed all the hash site, right? So our result is 4. So this is the idea of how to solve this problem using a hash site, and I have put my code link under my video. Thank you.